stream. It's literally about 5 seconds later that it turns up on YouTube. So I don't know how effective that actually is, whether it's any use at all. But hey ho, chaps, how the dickens are you?
Good.
Played a good game of Rainbow Six Siege last night. Had a nice little,
Is it with the doctor thing, the Halloween thing?
Nah, we didn't do the doctor. We just played the regular attackers versus defenders, and played a lot of PC guys. We actually did pretty good. We had real certified doc. He did a hell of a job.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can't be. You know, I'm like Ray. I can't be doing the old multiplayer. I'm a lonely old hermit of a gamer. I sit in my little cave, and
Destiny is a multiplayer game. I know you love Destiny.
Yeah, but I don't do Crucible though. Not really. Funny enough, the very first time that Clive and I ever played together was. Do you remember, Clive? It was Division 2.
Yeah, you popped in.
I did. Me and. Was it Stadia Mania we jumped in on you, I think?
I can't remember. I just said I was playing, and then suddenly you appeared. And I thought,
I was
slightly unaware that you could just do that. And I just thought,
get out of it. Go away.
I was like, it was more like,
Stadia Mania. Congratulations.
Stadium, mate.
Beautiful wedding.
It was amazing. It was a week ago tomorrow, and the sun, it was blue skies. And it was amazing because, as you know, Lee Stadia Mania is Scottish, so all of his rallies were there, and
sunny day.
I said, wait a minute,
it was alien. He didn't know what it was. And he had his skirt. Yep, he had all the kilts and all that, all the kilt stuff. And then his beautiful new wife Rita is I think she's English, but family are Indian in descent. So they all arrived in their saris and the most gorgeous jewelry and everything. And it was I've never been to a Scottish Indian wedding in my life. It was amazing.
I was telling a friend how it was really sweet that they're both like able to embrace their culture. We can't really, as English people, we can't really do it. There's not like an identifiable
we haven't got one anymore,
kind of costume, really, and we're not that bothered about it in the same way that the Scottish are aggressively, like they have to tell you they're Scottish every second in every possible way. By the way, I'm Scottish. Yeah, great, thanks.
Did you know I'm 80 years
I'm
old?
Scottish. It's like, all right, whatever. But it was just nice that he could like wear his kilt. And then she's in this beautiful sari.
It was a gorgeous dress.
It just looked really nice.
Yeah, it was lovely. Nice. Really nice. And I had the full curry wedding breakfast. I had the whole thing. We had the first thing, which was I think it was like a chicken korma. Blew my nostrils apart.
Korma?
Well, it was a chicken something.
With the butter korma's
not going to blow your head off.
Butter chicken.
It was a chicken thing for a starter, and then it was another chicken thing for a main. And then a gorgeous kind of strawberry trifle thing, which I don't know what that was, but it was just great. Just had such a lovely time, and they were so friendly. And the amazing thing was, like you guys, we're friends, but we've never physically met. This was the first time I'd ever met Lee, but anybody from doing this whole thing.
A bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit weird. I sat on a table with his mates. We were on the friends table, and I said, "Yeah, I've never actually met Lee before." And they were like, "Oh, how did you get in then?"
From the street.
We got a security.
Exactly, stalking him.
Yeah. Security. I said, "Well, it could have been worse. It could have been his funeral. I mean, at least, at least it was a happy occasion."
I once crashed a party, and it was a wake.
As opposed to asleep.
Yeah. No. It was like a sort of a memorial party, like a celebration. Actually, and not a name drop here, it was for Joe Strummer from either Joe Strummer or Mick Jones. I can't remember. Anyway,
from the Clash.
The Clash, yeah.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Golden brown.
So where we used to, me and my mates, where we used to go to this pub in London, they always had parties upstairs going on, and usually on a Saturday night, we'd see if we could just walk in, and see if anybody would ask, and it sort of continued the night a bit. And so it was one of those nights, and we sort of said, we recognised a few people as well, very sort of vaguely, sort of really sort of rock pop celebs.
Yeah.
But we said, should we just go upstairs and see if we can get in? And we did, and we just went in and went to the bar upstairs and stuff there, and then we realised it was basically a wake to Joe Strummer or whatever it was.
I didn't know Joe Strummer. Hang on, I didn't know Joe Strummer was dead.
Mick Jones or Joe Storm. I can't remember which one.
Well, no, he might be. We were watching
yeah.
me and the wife were watching a load of TV. Well, it was one show actually. It was that Spandau Ballet kind of documentary thing that they did recently, which is on Prime now, right? And but they were going through Terry Wogan and who's Bob Geldof.
Was it the spoof one?
No.
Oh, because
no, it's a genuine one.
Oh, they did a. Okay, they did
Stranglers. Thank you, Dave. Dave knew. Bleeding Clash.
One.
You're right, mate. No, it was really good. And the gang are all back together.
Wow.
Look at that.
Look what the cat dragged in, right?
Yeah.
I know. We found him on Hyde Park Corner going, come back, come back. I'm not finished with you yet. How can he do 2 hours of constant verbiage? It's amazing. I just sit there going, I couldn't do 2 hours of that. And
someone stop
good
me.
show though.
Someone stop me.
Yeah, please stop me. Why don't you? It's funny, because I got a bit of bad news for you guys. Me and the wife have split up. Basically, I couldn't stop talking about pasta. I couldn't stop talking about pasta. I really miss her, guys. It's kind of lonely.
Oh my gosh.
I'm here every Thursday, folks.
Hello.
And here I thought you were being like, that was legit, like you were pouring your heart to us.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Hello.
I would say that live.
I think I've got one of your lost jokes.
Hey, the last wedding I was at, somebody went up to me and said, "Hey, here's a tray. Can you put that in the over there in the that room over there?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm the guest." Oh,
you're joking me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, there was a tray of oranges. I'm like, what the hell?
I went to a funeral in a black suit, as you do, with a black tie. An auntie came up to me, she was alive, and she said, you're looking good. You look like a funeral director. I'm thinking, what? I'm at a funeral. It's like, I can't help it, auntie. She's actually dead now herself, so that'll serve her right, wouldn't it?
So my old mum, she unfortunately she had Alzheimer's don't worry, there is a sort of amusement.
I hope there's no punchline.
It's black comedy here, but it's just one of those things that sort of breaks the ice. So she sort of had Alzheimer's, and so when my dad passed away, and then we were all in the funeral car, and we were all very kind of sad, and we were following his coffin, whatever, in the car ahead, whatever, like that, and it was taking it sort of, going slowly as funeral cars do, and then my mum just sat there going, I don't know why we're going so slow. There seems to be some car in the front that's slowing us all up.
Oh no! Oh bless!
It was just one of those moments that we just everybody just in the car, because it was so somber, just burst out laughing.
Oh no!
Oh god!
Serious, because you just wasn't quite with it.
We took my poor old nan for a drive around the moors because you guys know I live near Dartmoor, and she said, I really need to spend a penny. So all right, which, by the way, folks, if you're not aware, that is a UK it basically means you need, because you used to have to put a penny in the toilets to go, so it means you need to go for a wee and she said, I need to spend a penny. She goes, can you pull up over there? And we said, well, why do you want to pull up? She goes, there's a sign, it says P. It's like, that's for parking, Nan. That's not where you're supposed to go. Bless her socks. Listen, we're only a minute away from the top of the hour. We better do the video and keep our fingers crossed that something's going to happen. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Good Tuesday to you. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's the second day of the week, which is pretty good because if it was a Monday, it'd be miserable. And if it's a Wednesday, it's kind of the middle of the week. So Tuesday's good. Now,
today, traditionally, is the This Week on Stadia, where they let us know what games we're going to get if we're a pro subscriber for November. At the moment, I'm not seeing anything going on, so we might have to make it all up.
No. They're going to say, hey, guys, it's going to be here next week.
Exactly. While we're waiting, let's do some intros. Let's start at the very top left corner with my dear friend and erstwhile waiter, Ray.
What's going on?
Get us a drink, mate, will you?
Yeah, whatever.
So what have you been playing since we last played together?
I streamed Rainbow Six last night. I had Unitrix, Real Certified. I met a new Stadian. I see he's in the chat. His name is Windstar. I see it.
Nice.
Good morning to you,
Awesome.
Windstar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, never played, never heard of him. And he says, hey, can I jump in? And got his name down and gave him the invite, and we played and had a great time.
Awesome.
Yeah. 2 hours.
And what about Rambo? You did something with Rambo, didn't you? Or
What do you mean Rambo?
Hey?
I thought it was Rainbow. Oh, when he said Rainbow, I thought he meant Rambo. Sorry.
Rainbow Six.
Cool. Jeffrey.
Rainbow
Actually, Clive does the best Rainbow.
He's right, Jeffrey.
That's the one. I'm sorry, Ray. I thought you said
Right,
Rambo earlier.
Every show they're trying to make me a meme for every show. He said, thank you. Great time last night. We had a full 5 squad of stadiums. Yes, we did. We were killing the PC. We were killing the PC guys. Anyway.
What are you wagging your finger for? I tell you this, Sonny.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
I do want to say I had a wonderful time doing the. Thank you. Get that. Yes, there you go. I had a wonderful time doing John Scar. Love you, man. I had a wonderful time doing the stream for epilepsy. They actually emailed me, reached out to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be working with them, doing
Nice.
some future projects.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
That's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Just watch out for flashing lights, Ray. You just got to be careful. Just be careful. No,
What
it's
the hell is wrong with you?
epilepsy. Everybody knows it. They tell you at the front of the games. This might have flashing lights. I'm warning you. That's all. Just warning.
Nobody's safe, right?
No.
You never know. Sir Clive, erst Lord Kensal, my dear friend.
Yes.
Oh, hang on.
Yes,
Something
people.
flashed up on my screen. Go on, you keep going. What have you been up to?
Yes. I'm good. I'm good. If that was the question, the answer is I'm good.
The answer's always good. No, it's
Yeah.
just I had a thing pop up on my phone saying Stadia community, blah blah blah. Hi everyone, we have some change coming to This Week on Stadia. Great. Thank you for that. Hang on.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, let's see what it says.
It says, have a look. It says, hey everyone, hope you're all having a great start to your week. We want to take this opportunity to discuss an upcoming change to This Week on Stadia. Maybe it's not going to be, let's have a look. We'll be moving it. We'll be moving This Week on Stadia to a bi-weekly cadence. What's a cadence, Clive?
Sort of
I don't know.
slow.
Sort of like...
trickle.
we're committed to delivering information and updates to you all in the best way possible, and we believe that moving to this new cadence is best for now. You will continue to see our other blog posts, blah, 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 blah. We'll be continuing posting feature announcements as new features roll out. During our no blog weeks, tune in to Rokk Reveal with Rokk, Ray, Clive, and John. That's kind of them. We'll be using the time to focus more on interacting with all you wonderful Stadians. We understand that this new schedule, with him giving us one, may be disappointing. So we truly do appreciate you riding through the waves of change. P.S. Please note that this week's This Week on Stadia blog post will be delayed to later in the week. But as a surprise, keep your eyes peeled for a different post from the team at 10 o'clock PTM this morning, which is an hour. The point we actually put...
Modulation and rhythm, sorry.
Yes.
As Ione says in there, it's modulation rhythm. So
it's a big word.
That hand sign, I couldn't think of the word was correct, but it was just,
You were. It was like a dolphin.
Yeah.
So there you go. So we're going to have to rethink the show, folks.
Right, we got to change the name
Yeah, well, we'll call it Rokk's. Who knows what? Toz.
Rokk's cadence.
Rokk's cadence. Clive's cadence has a ring to it. There's some alliteration in there, isn't there? So, Clive, just forgetting what we heard a second ago, because we've still got stuff to talk about. You've he's only just joined, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what the heck? What have you been doing this past week?
Waiting for this.
Right. Oh,
I'm
dearest.
wondering why. I mean, oddly, so yesterday I did speculate, oddly enough, like, because so I've had a conversation with a few people about why there wasn't a blog post last week. There was enough. We've seen thinner, lacking in substance blog posts, but they've still put it out. Yeah. And yet there was enough last week. And I know they put something out on Thursday, but I'm not really counting that, because even that had, like, fairly juicy stuff missing, like a reminder that the Free Riders Republic trial was on. The fact that Dead by Daylight had a free weekend thing going on.
Yeah.
Plus, the other sort of games and stuff like that. So there was definitely stuff to put there without a shadow of a doubt. So it struck me as odd, but then I did think, and I mentioned it yesterday in the Stadia Monday night chat, and it's not like me saying, I'm right and you're wrong. It's me just purely speculating here. So headline speculation. Like, what is the point of the community blog? If you look at the number of people who read last week's community blog or visited it, it's about 6,000 people, which, relative to, there's over 1,000, over how many? Sorry, 100,000. There's 100,000 people on Reddit, Stadia Reddit. Yeah. So who are actively talking about Stadia and moaning about, well, I should say actively moaning about Stadia. So the fact that only 6,000 read the Stadia blog,
that's because 94,000 watch this show, mate. They don't need to.
But they call it up at the same time, don't they? And watch this and read it. So I just kind of thought, is it that effective? Surely sort of a cadence of push notifications to you or emails direct may be more effective. Tweets. I know not everybody's in the tweets, or drop something in Reddit. Maybe that's a better way to communicate news. But equally, it's worthwhile having a collated kind of one-stop shop where you can direct people. So I kind of get that side. Right. But I do kind of question sometimes the effectiveness of that blog, other than the sort of people who watch this show or my show or whatever, who are, give me more Stadia news. Yeah. The average casual Stadia gamer just, who
I want to know my pro games. When am I getting that?
See,
that's my pro games at.
I take that news that they posted over through the Discord as meaning we're going to communicate not just via the blog, right? Like, so before we looked for that blog for every week, like Clive was kind of saying, now they're going to spread out and they're going to, we'll have the blog every other week, but we'll also be reaching out to you through other community venues and things like that. So maybe YouTube, Twitter, the Discord, just things like that. So kind of just not making the blog the central point of communication that it has been.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I was just going to try and find the actual thing, but
sorry, Rokk. So where were you reading from just then?
Well, it popped up on my phone, and it must have been the Discord, because I think I get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got it too.
Yeah. So, like you say, John, they're still saying we're still going to be doing stuff. Mm-hmm. They're just saying that it's going to undulate. It's not going to be a set point in the week. Yeah. And to be fair, I think nobody would moan if they did two a month, packed with a load of stuff. Yeah. I don't think that's a problem at all.
Like immediately announce stuff that's relevant and important straight off. And then, the rest for a sort of summary of what's happened over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You've let people know during the week, and then every so often just say, hey, if you're not aware, like they do their save point at the end of the month. I always think, quite interesting. Yeah. Because equally in that form as well, there's a lot of we've talked about it a million times, but there's a lot of noise and negative noise and stuff like that. And yet when you take about Stadia and what they're doing or not doing, as the case may be, but when you look at their save points and they summarize everything that's happened in that month, when you take that step back, it's often you go, wow, that's quite a lot of stuff that's happened.
Yeah.
But we've been like Pavlovian dogs. We've been trained in go. It's Tuesday. What's next? It's Tuesday. and then when we're not fed our chocolate drop.
I know, but I only do 2 shows a week, Rokk. Rokk, I'm even talking to myself.
I agree, Clive. You're entirely right as ever. Well done,
Listen,
Clive. He's always right, that Clive.
Big love to Jack. Thank you so much, my friend, for dropping that super chat. You're an absolute diamond of a fella, and really, really appreciate your support. So thank you for that.
Can I just say about Discord? It makes me feel old.
What? Discord makes you feel old.
Yeah, it's the only
life makes me feel old.
I know, but like every other aspect, I feel like I'm a young guy on YouTube, and Twitter, whatever. I'm not on I'm not really on Facebook because that's definitely for oldies, all that kind of stuff. But Discord, which is meant, I find it difficult to get round, and it's the only sort of online it's the only thing that genuinely makes me feel old. I don't like it.
You didn't like the wing glider in Riders Republic.
Riders Republic.
I loved it.
That's fun.
It's just the left stick, and you just go with the flow.
I think it's because
up is down, down is up.
I think it's anticipating how difficult it would be. I went in to change my settings, my controls, to somehow make it easier, and I ended up getting them wrong and making it even worse for myself and getting even more frustrated. So what I've gone and done is gone back and reset it, and I'm going to try and relearn how to fly again.
See, I never have a problem with flying in games. Once you realise that up is up and down is down, or what have you,
I think I should have left it. I should have left it.
Yeah.
It just takes me maybe like a minute or two to realize, and the odd chance like my brain forgets and I'm pressing down to go up, or you know what I mean. So,
but it's swapping from going. It's all right if you're in the zone and you get it, and then as soon as you make a mistake, it's like it's like balancing stuff on top of your head.
They broke it down with
from bikes, from snowboarding and bikes to then a different control style. It's just like too much for my brain.
So Clive, Aaron's just brought to our attention that on the Stadia store now, they've broken down into Stream Connect, State Share, Crowd Play, etc. Thanks for that, Aaron. So see you Thursday.
On the products.
Yeah, in the store itself.
That's nice.
Wow.
Yeah,
nice.
So you can now actually go to their features. Yeah,
State
so
Share. Wow, great. Yeah.
Crowd choice.
Thank you, Anthony, for the $5.
Good shout out.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Very, very kind of you. Thank you, Anthony. You're an absolute diamond as well, my friend. Can't let Jack have all the fun. Thank you.
Good spot.
That's a great spot. So they're finally realizing you got to talk about your USPs, Clive, haven't you? You got to big up your USPs.
Yeah.
And they're finally bigging them up. Their unique selling propositions, because we've said this a million times. Nobody else does this stuff. Nobody else currently in the cloud market has any added value stuff.
With the Stream Connect, no one else does it.
Outriders.
I'm still on Discord looking for the bloody Stadia thing. Carry on.
Of course, Outriders, big old patch as well today. So if you bought Outriders and didn't get a refund, you're now on a par with everybody else, with the one exception of cross-play, which is coming mid-November.
So this is the big update that they've been mentioning for a few weeks now. So
the big one.
Good. Yeah,
good
that
to
brings
see.
it all in line, and hopefully that means now it's sort of up. Now they've sort of sorted out that all the other ones, brought this up to date. Now hopefully everything should. Any further updates should sort of roll out slightly more consistently.
Exactly. Yeah.
You'd like to think that going forward, that's
and it is a great game. I love this game. Ray, you played this with as well,
I
not
liked
with
it.
me.
I like it. Yeah.
The only issue I had was the multiplayer. I had issue with the multiplayer, and then in the very beginning, there was a place that I was supposed to go to, and it did not show on the screen, so I had to restart and fight the boss again. It was a place that was supposed to. it was a waypoint to take me back to somewhere, and it wasn't there. And so I had to redo it.
You've got it as well, haven't you? Outriders.
What have I got? Sorry, I was reading Grace's.
Syphilis. No, Outriders.
Was that yes to both? Yeah, you know.
Oh my god.
Ancient, you know, yeah.
Yeah, because didn't you say you played it, but you got stuck on a boss or something?
I'm stuck on the final boss.
Yeah,
I've been stuck on the final boss for ages.
Yeah, because you were
Maybe I need to
hurtling
upgrade
through
my
it
guns.
initially.
Yeah, I rattled through it.
Yeah.
I want to know who beat Grime. I'm stuck in Grime.
Oh, Grime, yeah, I'm stuck in Grime too.
I tell you, actually, on the no spoiler alert, but on the big boss on Outriders, I thought I'd defeated him, but then it's one of those games where you think just as you think you've beaten the boss, there's like, oh no. And so, you know, if you don't complete that means you've got to sort of do everything that's just taking you months to do all, you know, try and do it in one again, you know. It's just...
Well, I heard Clive that you can get help on Discord for that, right?
Yeah.
You know, you'll get some.
Yeah, but it's probably easier
Discord,
to beat the
mate.
boss than find out.
He doesn't want to do
which file.
Discord.
I know, I'm trying to push him into it.
I took Discord off my computer.
Yeah, Aaron's raised another really interesting point as well, and I didn't know this. That if you go to the state share section,
What?
Doom Eternal has a state share.
Well, can somebody share me the end so I can beat the boss?
I need to go back to that.
yeah, me too. I've struggled with that one.
Here we are.
Serious Sam?
Follow to get
Serious
this channel's
Sam?
updates
Serious
in
Sam,
Rose
yeah.
server. Follow.
I didn't know Serious Sam had state share either.
Yep.
This is great to see. We had to actually find out for ourselves, didn't we, that Far Cry 6 had Stream Connect, because they snuck it in without anybody spotting it initially. So it's great to be able to go in now. The only thing I would say is you're new to the platform. It would be quite nice. There was a little question mark that you clicked or hovered over, and it explained what these different things mean, because they're kind of buzzwordy, aren't they?
Yeah.
What the heck is Stream Connect? We know, but you know, if you're new to the platform, you ain't going to know this. And if you're making a purchasing decision based on the fact that it has these additional features, it'd be quite nice to know, have a link somewhere that tells you.
Yeah. They could even just put in a quick line, like
underneath,
straight after the word. Or straight underneath.
Exactly. Just a few words in there.
Get on it, Rokk.
I will. I'll be on it, mate. I'll send a stiff one to the chairman.
Yeah.
As you do. Yeah, exactly. Crowd joy. And then we've got our pro deals down here, and we're already aware of a lot of these.
I gotta play that Child of Light. I heard that was
Child of Light is play that, and it's if you don't have Ubisoft Plus, it's super cheap too. It's on sale to November 3rd. Oh my gosh, it's an impulse buy, really. It's like, I think even here in Canada it was like $6, maybe $6 or $7. So it's like super cheap and fun, and it's also a 2-player local multiplayer there, where
really?
you control one person controls the princess and the other one controls like that little right here, the firefly, that little
thing there, the little blue thing.
What the hell is it? That looks like a...
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna
it's kind of like if you ever play Rayman, right? If you play Rayman, where they have the two different, so Rayman, and then I forget what the other thing is. I think it was the Rayman Legends.
No, that's Sonic.
That's Sonic.
Yeah, sorry.
Clive knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know Rayman. Yeah.
What you talking
I can't
about?
remember what the other characters are.
Okay, let me see if I can look it up while we're talking.
Can you guys give us the pro game prediction?
Well, they're like raving rabbits.
We'll get there. Don't you worry, Anthony. We're just reeling from the news.
Look, we're trying to buy time, Anthony.
Can we?
Shut up.
Can we just focus on this? There's some more detail, really.
Come on, Clive. You do your normal dissection.
You just read it out.
I did. I was shocked. I was thinking, what am I going to do on a Tuesday now? I'm going to have to sit down and eat a meal.
Okay. So first of all, I was a bit confused here. We'll be moving This Week on Stadia to a bi-weekly cadence. Now, bi-weekly means twice a week. But
which we've got.
But it's not twice a week. It's fortnightly. That's what they mean.
Oh, that's right.
Bi-weekly, yes.
And here also, Original Penguin also spotted this as well, but I think it's an Americanism. We would call it a fortnight.
Well, no, yeah, bi-weekly every 2 weeks or
Yeah.
twice a week. It could be either or.
Yeah, but we have it bi-weekly already. So I think what they're meaning is it's fortnightly, and then we get
Every 2 weeks, twice a month.
So hence
Yeah.
a missed blog last week was in a way perhaps a sort of, although they had that one on the Thursday, but maybe it was a sort of initial start of this thing. But I think that's what they mean when they see bi-weekly, because they say bicentenary. When they mean
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I
didn't. I only remember that because my dad used to have a book called the Bicentenary of the American Revolution, weirdly enough, and I remember looking at it in 1976. Anyway, just
yes, I remember, and I remember reading Roots by Alex Haley in 1976, which was
it's on the telly then, wasn't it?
It was. It was my favourite show, and to this day, the impact that show had on my little life.
I remember all the kids at school talking about it.
Kunta Kinte.
Yeah, I was going to say the name, but it sounds a bit inappropriate when you say. It sounds a bit rude.
So it does a bit.
Right.
So this is it here. We've got
it's worth looking at.
Right. So let's have a look at it. Let's actually properly have a little look at it.
I'll just some filler here, Rokk. I'm giving you filler.
You're doing a good job, my friend. so far you've been worth the decision we took. Right. Let's. Oh, hang on. Where's it gone?
See, I told you, Discord. I told you, Granddad.
Oh no!
I told you, Granddad.
You got to put your glasses
Where's
on.
it gone? Where's it gone?
Shut up, gun.
Here it is. I found it. Oh, I click and it goes away. Stop it now.
Dang computers.
Dang computers. So we'll be moving this to a bi-weekly, like you said, Clive. It essentially means once a fortnight. We're committed to delivering information and updates to you all in the best way, the best possible taste. And we believe that moving this to the new cadence, I don't use that term. It's not. Nobody uses that word.
Man. Yes, cadence.
Don't use it. You'll continue to see our
the night.
Yes. Don't be using no cadence on me now, sir. You'll continue to see our other blog posts, like our game announcements, developer Q&As, and monthly Stadia save points. Posts plus updates on the Stadia Dev blog. We will... What?
I keep reading. Happy Cloud Games chat.
Okay. Operation Motorland Ghost Recon coming out too. Now looks super fun. During our no blog weeks, we'll be using the time to focus more on interacting with you, all you wonderful Stadians. Great. Now, if you're watching this, Chris and Grace, I can get another slot in up here. Right? So if either one of you would like to join us, that would be an awesome use of your time in between blog posts. We understand this new schedule may be disappointing, so we truly do appreciate you riding through the waves. To be fair, I think they've been experimenting with this for a little while, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because we haven't, in all the time that we've been doing Rokk Reveal, it's like 50-50, that even maybe less than that, actually, John, maybe 60-40 that we've ended up with a twas.
And it's only out of habit that we've come to expect it. They never said we will tell you every Tuesday and every Thursday with a blog post.
Right.
It's just a sort of habitual thing that started. And then, like I say, like Pavlovian dogs, we're all like salivating at the door every Tuesday on a 5 p.m. UK time or whatever it is, you know.
And if you look at it too, other platforms, they don't have like Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo. Yeah. Nobody else there expects there to be a blog post certain day, a certain time, right? It's just whenever there's news.
That's always the irony as well, actually.
Yeah.
People always go, Stadia don't communicate enough. And you just think,
meanwhile they
like
do,
twice, you mean like, and I always sort of say like twice a week. Like, you know, like as you say, compared to
it's
Xbox
difficult.
stuff,
Now's not a great time.
Yeah, it may not communicate what you want to hear, but that's
the problem. This is the problem, Clive. I think with this week and last week, there's been a lot of cloud-related news. I think people are getting nervous, shall I say, a little bit tense out there. That, you know, and you covered this off really well on your show last night. Exactly.
It's on them, you know.
Yeah, well, yes, I know, but you know, this is what happens with people when there's, you know, they feel a little bit of change are blowing, and they see other stuff are happening around them, and they think, is this the end? You know, do I have to, you know, am I going to lose all the games that I've purchased and all my pro sub games and stuff, which of course is definitely 1000% not the case. Watch Clive's show last night, folks. 2 hours. Clive goes through this in detail, and you'll come away from it feeling very optimistic and very positive. But don't go and watch it now. Stay here.
Yeah.
We're fun.
I love the Amazon CEO, the owner. I love the quote that she put on your show.
But it wasn't my quote. It was somebody else's quote. Well, it was Jeff Bezos, but somebody in the chat. Yeah, somebody in the chat. A couple of people. And I had actually, oddly enough, I'd read that quote earlier in the week, and it might have been on somebody else's show, or I'd read it somewhere else. But I'm glad that they did put it in the chat. And basically, long-term strategy wins. Short-term strategies fail, and it's. You know, we know it, Clive. We've said it a million times. We banged it around the place, all over the place. Look, at the end of the day, GeForce Now have done some amazing work over the last week, and there's no question of it. If you are a PC gamer and you're serious about the quality of your games, and you're into multiplayer and you need the latency, then GeForce Now have really made kicked a home run, which is a kind of sporting metaphor mix-up, but you kind of know, you know where I'm going. Yes. But Stadia, from the casual gamer's perspective, and I was saying to the guys before we jumped into the studio here today that, you know, you've got to almost imagine New York. You know, imagine if everyone in New York was a Stadia user. And then on 4th and 5th Avenue, there's a little shop, a coffee shop, and in that coffee shop, there's the community as we know it. And we're all going, oh, it's all coming apart at the seams. And, well, what am I going to do about my game? And the whole of the rest of the user base are like, well, I'm quite happy with it. Yeah, walking past with the coffee, having it in their hands. Coffee machine's broken. That's it.
We're doomed. We're doomed. I watched an old episode of Frasier earlier, and Niles was really cheesed off it because they put too much cinnamon on his coffee. He was not having it. And, you know, that's kind of what it's like here, guys. You get given a beautiful cup of coffee and you're moaning about the thickness of the cinnamon. You know?
I mean, it's GFN. I mean, it's great, and you know, it's important that, you know, for cloud gaming in general, that one, it shows. Look, we've said, you know, the market potential there is massive, and you make those investments because the potential of the, you know, it's a $6 billion, apparently, according to people who advise the stock exchange or whatever. Cloud gaming in 2024 is a $6 billion pie, and so you make those investments. And so if companies are making those investments, it's a sign that they have faith in the market. And you know, all boats rise on a rising tide kind of thing. And so it's not. So it's encouraging that, you know, that GFN, you know, do things like this in the same way. You know, Xbox were very rapid to go from their original server blades to Xbox Series X server blades. You know, they've moved that, and that's great to see. But like, it's not as though Stadia, like I said on the show last night, it's not as though Stadia sitting around going, you know, people going, oh, you need to upgrade all your server blades now, Stadia, you need to do it now. It's not as though they're sitting around going, oh yeah.
Hey,
why did we think of that?
Hey, let me
random Twitter guy.
Let me tell you something.
Why bother paying us a multi-million-pound salary when we can just go to random Twitter guy, random Reddit guy there with his brilliant ideas? Like, they've probably already got plans. It's just that, you know.
Go, Ray.
Exactly.
You have the floor.
Go on, Ray. Take it away, Ray.
I played that AT&T Batman. And let me tell you something. And that was Google Stadia Tech. Amazing. Yeah. So I know what this company can do with the tech. And I got in the game. I saw the settings. You can adjust the settings. That's nice, I played with my Stadia controller. It played flawless. So
that was plugged in though, yeah?
Yes, it has to be plugged in.
Yeah, it was plugged. I'm always plugged in.
Yeah, no, it's true. Ray's always plugged in. Listen, we got to give praise to Ray. Constantly plugged in with a little glint on his teeth.
So I think
nurse, my plugs come out.
what I was
Go, John.
I was just going to say, not to cut you off, Ray, but I'm sorry. I just think that people have to realize that each of the products and platforms are all at different stages.
Yeah.
Right. So at this point in 2 years worth, I'm sure the people at Google are looking like, just like Clive said, they obviously know that hardware upgrades are in the plans, right? They're planning for it. They're not just like, oh, well, oh yeah, that's a good idea. But the thing is, what are you going to focus on first? You can't do everything at once.
Yep.
So the biggest thing and what they've said that they're going to do, and they've mentioned it in July at the Google, was it the Game Developers Conference or whatever, is they're going to focus on the third party, making it easier to bring games to Stadia. And ultimately, that's what's going to sell you on the platform. It's not going to be that I'm the latest and greatest technology and, that's going to bring, sure, that will bring a small niche hardcore audience, but what it is gonna be the games. So right now they're focusing on expanding their third party outreach, getting more games, making it easier, making the certification process faster. Yep, and money to get those games there. Eventually hardware upgrades will come. I mean, I would think that maybe we might not even see hardware upgrades for at least another year or two, but it could be sooner, Yeah. And we also expanding to other countries as well.
That's the key, I think.
Exactly.
I think more higher up the list of priorities,
yes,
in terms of value added back, is rolling out what you already have to new territories. I think because those territories aren't going to be going, oh, it's not 120 frames per second. They're going to be going, wow, this is amazing. I can play games at 4K, 60 frames per second, whatever. Well, no, but some of the games are only at 30 frames per second, Clive. Yeah, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like, and with over 200 games, probably at least 40 games of Pro by then. As I said last night, it's a compelling package for newcomers, right? Forget the history. If you're coming to it the first time, it's quite a compelling package. And that has more value to Stadia right now, increases the player base, increases the reasons why games, what publishers might want to put their games on the platform, all of that. So the value added is far greater now if they concentrate on rolling out with the view that then they have a rollout of upgrading later down the road, And again, getting on more platforms. So it's not just rolling out to different territories. It's also concentrating on other platforms. I highlighted that job there that was specifically related targeting TVs, getting the app on TVs, a job role specifically sort of aimed around that aspect of it. So that's getting it out to more people while at the same time adding games is, I think, the priority for Stadia right now, and upgrade later.
Yep, as it should be. Yeah.
Ray, you got something right. I can see it. It's just coming out of your mouth like
no, I'm actually
tip of your tongue.
I'm multitasking because I'm reading the chat.
Aha.
And I'm just.
So I learned something the other day, which this is actually a fairly appropriate time to talk about this, I think. I was talking to someone who will remain anonymous, but they are involved with developing games for Stadia. And I asked them specifically, I said, this whole thing about 60 frames, 30 frames, etc., is it a problem with the platform, technically? Is there some kind of resource cost issue that Stadia, charging studios for resources? And this individual, it was fascinating, actually. They were very open and very candid. And they said, no, the problem is, and this, by the way, is not a problem as far as I'm concerned. The problem is that the standards that Stadia sets for the quality of the games that it has on the platform means that they have quite a hefty degree of certification that a game needs to go through before they allow it out into the wild. And it's a lot higher for 60 frames per second than 30 frames per second, because if it's 60, they want it to be rock solid at 60. They don't want it to be going up and down and dropping down to 27 and up in da-da-da. They don't want that. Now, because they know the kickback they'll get. oh, you say it's 60, but it's not, it's 42. So what studios have done is they've gone, okay, let's push out the 30 frames per second game. We can get it out on time. It'll be out the same as the other day and dates, and we'll come around at the back of this and plug in the 60 update in the future. And that's why we're getting the 30 frame games when other places are getting the 60, because of the certification. It's about the quality threshold.
I think you're right. That's what I've speculated. It's about the time in order to get it out on time and deliver it, at the same time as other platforms, over also the bare minimum required in order to get it through the checks. And that, obviously that is a situation or an issue that, Stadia are going to have to address.
They've halved the amount of work involved in it already, apparently.
They talked about it at the Developer Games Conference, how they're kind of making that process easier. But at this thing, there may become a stage where they go, okay, these are now you'd like to think they become a stage where these are now our standards, please hit it. Because interestingly enough, sorry, John, just quickly, the developer of the Falconeer, I think he mentioned that the frames per second weren't an issue at all. In fact, what you have to do is cap them, because they go off really high.
You had to slow it down.
So you had to slow it down. So we know it's capable, but I think probably you're right, and it's something I've speculated about. If in the making of that choice, we're going, if we go for 60, sometimes it will drop down to 40 or 50, or do we go for 30 and it's absolutely locked at that? And we haven't really got time to find out what that problem is in terms of where it drops down to 40 or 50 when we're going for 60. So we'll just go for the 30 now, as you say. And I think that's probably a fair assumption. And it seems like from what you've said and who you've spoken to, that seems to back that.
It's a reliable source. I totally trust the source. And I think that's the point, that technically it's perfectly capable. We know it. It does 4K. It does 60. It does 5.1. It's doing HDR. It's perfectly capable. So it's not that the question isn't about beefing up the system. That it's where it is right now for the games that are on the system, and newer games coming on, it's perfectly fine. It's just about a quality threshold, and they're working on that. I know they are. They've already made that easier. They're going to make it even easier. We know now, for example, that all the Windows stuff that you need with the games, it's much, much easier to port a Windows game now to Stadia than it has been for a long time. So, like you say, Clive, I think the fact they're working with the third parties, and I agree with you, it's not strictly speaking white label. If it was, we wouldn't know it was Stadia. But the fact that they're working with these guys, they're looking at different ways that they can use that technology, and it's almost like expanding into the market by stealth, which is a really good place to be as far as Google are concerned. Now, I know the Alphabet quarterly results are out today. Do we know what time those things are circulating?
No.
I did have a very quick look, and I couldn't see anything. I did a little Googleette, and I couldn't find anything. I think historically they've not tended to nuance the data that detailed. Though they won't talk about how much money Gmail's making, for example. They tend to talk in terms of the services. So they might talk about cloud. They may talk about cloud services. They won't necessarily talk about cloud gaming service, and they certainly won't talk about Stadia.
After markets close, 10th of the 26th.
Which is 7 o'clock our time.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what time.
New York Exchange, something like that. We'll have to.
So it's some NASDAQ site.
Okay. But it's
later today anyway.
At some point later today. But don't get excited about it, folks. They don't typically talk about the detail like that. They're making money. I can assure you of that. As is Stadia. This, as Clive again says last night, you've got to bear in mind that Stadia is the consumer-focused aspect of their cloud streaming service. They're also out there at the retail level. They're out there at the wholesale level. They're out there working with other partners as well. What we have is the consumer. It's the shop window. It's it's the show home when you go to the new estate. We are Stadia's the show home, and then you go in and go, I like this, and they go, well, come round the back and we'll sell you another one, bigger one.
We can build you a house like this. Yeah.
We'll build you another one. All we got to do is buy the plot, and you can see what you can do, and we'll build a house for you. So, but I do get the frustration.
Yeah, absolutely.
But equally, we tend to wind each other up, and then it gets to a crescendo, and you see things like this happened with a very dear friend of mine today. I won't mention the name. Everybody knows where we are with that. And it's such a shame to see, because you guys don't realize how much effort there is in unless you do it yourself, in putting out content and putting out regular content like Ray and John do, and others, is incredibly hard work. It's incredibly tough, and it's you're putting yourself out there. You're bearing your soul as well. Yeah. You're putting yourself up for ridicule, for abuse, sometimes for applause and love. And Clive and I are lucky because we don't do enough of this stuff, so we don't tend to get the same level of abuse as these guys do. But it's such a shame to see it, because we've only been going 2 years in November as a platform. The first, obviously, people like Bill and Lloyd were out there very early on. There were a few others as well, Chase and Wingy, and some of the other guys were out there, almost from the get-go. Clive, you were there. You did a Stadia reveal from memory when it was literally days after the launch.
Yeah, no, I did an unboxing. Yeah.
So you're an OG as well.
Yeah, because I also before that I'd done a xCloud thing in its initial sort of one of its very early beta forms. It's
like what Clive said yesterday with the supporters, with a player, and a player gets, the team puts out X millions of dollars for a certain player, and
you get it every year, the close of the signing season, so in end of January, whatever, and then some rival club signs a big striker, and then it's that fandom. It's like they've not thought it through, but it's that kind of gut reaction. It's like, oh, they've just signed Messi for $100 million, and we're not signing anybody. We're doomed. And it's like, well, you don't know, they haven't tried, or they haven't looked, or they've got other plans, or they're building the team around somebody else. But nobody does a knee-jerk reaction in football and goes, oh, right, yeah, they've signed Messi. Well, we better go and sign, so-and-so now. It's like these things are planned far ahead. There's targets in the market, and it's probably
it's unfortunate. 1, 2, and 3, it's unfortunate, Clive, because what is a fact is that as people, as animals, we are tribal. We tend to cluster around groups, and there can be even ridiculous things like whether you believe pineapple should be on a pizza. You can literally have people.
Should, right?
There you go, right? So it's the thing, and the problem is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you feel you've created or you're part of a utopia of like-minded folk. Sooner or later, there will be somebody who wants to stir the pot, who feels that they could actually carve a niche for themselves by being the negative one, or the pragmatist, and that's just the way of human nature.
Lord of the Flies, mate.
Lord of the Flies. That's it.
Yeah.
Piggy.
Sure, it is. Piggy.
You've got to zone out. You've got to learn to zone out.
Yeah,
simple as.
Keep calm and game on, right?
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. You just need
Ministry of Gaming.
Yep. You do it because you enjoy it. You don't do it for recognition or praise or anybody else. You do it because you love it, right? You love that platform. You're not looking for, anybody else to say, okay, well, you did a good job or things like that. Sure, it's nice to get those. Don't get me wrong. I completely understand that, but do it because you love it, and it's because something that you enjoy. And from there, people will see that that you're genuine, you're being yourself, and just naturally come to you. And just like you said, there's going to be those that always want to stir the pot, and you know what? Just keep your head up and stay positive and keep moving forward. I get it.
We all get a little frustrated. We all think, why can't I have this? Why isn't FIFA working for me? What is the? I get that. but screaming and kicking other people that are in the same boat as you, when there's hardly any room as it is, isn't going to get you there any quicker. And poor Ray, I mean, some of the stuff, no, look at him, look. Some of the crap he gets it's just not worth it. Do you know what? I need to praise him again. Why is he not at 1,000 subscribers? What is wrong with you people? Get out there and subscribe right now. Do it. Do it twice if you can. Set up fake accounts and go and subscribe.
Don't do it twice because then you unsubscribe.
Yeah,
exactly. Don't do that. Maybe that's not such a good idea. But it is a shame, and we are ultimately we're all gamers. We all love the same thing. We are passionate about cloud gaming, which is undoubtedly the reason I was keenest on getting into all of this. It's going to be the future. Get Ray to 1K. See, Jack's on it.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks, Jack. Get Ray to 1K.
And for those that you don't think, I mean, do you really think that people at Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo and all that stuff don't play on other systems? Like, you know what I mean? Like other platforms, they do, but their job is to promote and so, that's what they do. But it's the mentality of, like you were talking about earlier, people gather around things and then they stick together. Then all of a sudden it just feels like the sky is falling and, oh my gosh, what's going on? Take that step back, relax, and, just do what you need to do.
Dismal, I assume you're referring to a specific game. The service has never failed me. Games I may have had some issues with. I can't get into Far Cry 6 on GeForce Now for the love of me. So, I mean, it's a game issue, undoubtedly. But the service, I still think it's magic. I mean, it's something that J.K. Rowling would have dreamed up in a Harry Potter book. It doesn't make any sense. It's ridiculously amazing.
It is, and I constantly talk, how like it's so amazing because we take it so much for granted. Now we're blasé about it, and when you stop and think about it, it's like. Yeah.
I thought you were, by the way. I thought you were referring to FIFA. That's a pain in the ass. I agree.
It's meant to be impossible.
It is
we
impossible.
were told by so-called armchair experts. It's impossible. Cloud gaming is not like streaming TV. No. In streaming TV, you can buffer the picture, but you need that response time, and therefore it is impossible.
Negative latency, right?
Yeah, but it's like. It's like it is amazing. From I always quote the very first time I played Destiny 2 on Stadia when I first got it way back, on November 2019, and I got out and played it. And bear in mind, my only experience of Destiny was on the Xbox One. Okay, 30 frames per second, 1080p. I played it on Stadia, and I just thought, wow! Not only does this look better than the Xbox One, it plays better than the Xbox One version, and this shouldn't be possible, and ever since then I was like blown away, having tried cloud gaming before, ironically enough, with xCloud, and then when it was in their beta stage, and going, I kind of get it, but as I suspected, it's not quite there. It's slightly off, and so I was always hopeful that Google could do it, but I was genuinely blown away when I first played Destiny 2 back in 2019 on Stadia.
November 2019. Where the heck has that time gone? Do you know, I actually think I had COVID when Stadia launched, because, I mean, I can qualify this. I was diagnosed as having pneumonia, and I was pretty rough that month. And then there's a new book that's just come out that suggests that actually COVID was kicking around from around the middle of September, not as late as we thought it was. So it could well have been, looking back on how bad I was and the symptoms. But still, I got Stadia and I had Death Stranding to play with, and it was amazing. They're all good. It's all good. But it is ultimately, it's about the games. We don't need to hang our hat on anything specific. We love Stadia. But I also really enjoy playing with my PlayStation, with my Xbox, with my PC, with my GeForce Now. I'd have Luna if it existed. I don't even think it exists. I think it's a fantasy.
I just think the Americans make it up.
Yeah.
You just cobbled together that from an old Switch Pro controller.
That's all that is. That's an old Switch Pro controller. Yeah,
Come on, reveal it now. It's a myth. Luna doesn't exist.
That's right. It's all a myth.
myth.
You get Luna and you get 5G in your head.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. These companies, all they got to do is flip a switch and they can make a change. And so,
make that change. No, I miss Michael. I'm sorry. Any opportunity to sing a little bit of Michael J. I say. What switch do you mean, Ray? That when you say they just need to flip
Luna, I can confirm. Luna does work
I see
in
what
Canada.
You mean. Yeah.
Right. So service like that, it does. I've tested it. You don't need a VPN or anything, and also the couch feature that they have too works perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So I think that's what he's.
It's a great interface as well.
I love
looks good.
innovation, and I love when this company's doing that. This company's doing this.
Yeah.
Stadia. I love the Stadia features. Far Cry 6 playing Stream Connect. I love it. Last night playing with 5 of your mates. Hey, can I get in? Sure. Here's an invite. Boom, you're in. Hey, can I get in? Here's an invite. Yeah. And we played 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Just with no nothing, no issues, no nothing. I love it.
Everybody has their preferred platform, but that doesn't mean that they can't play or don't play on other things. I mean,
absolutely.
It's silly to think that there are some people, sure, that they just have one platform they play on. That's fine. But to talk down or belittle or talk bad or however you want to say it, trash talk, anybody else that plays on other platforms, it's just silly.
Yeah, but in fairness, John, the GFN, they're nerds, aren't they, really?
I knew he was going to I thought he was going to say PC Master Race. I was waiting.
They're PC nerds.
I knew it was coming.
PC nerd
you see, you know why, John, don't you? He's an Xbox, mate. He's from the Xbox. That's what they're all like out there.
Console player.
Let me tell you something. When I took my Xbox 360 home, I was so happy. And then months after that, what's this red ring? What the hell's going on?
The red ring of death.
Oh, you've been sat on it, haven't you? Yeah. That's the trouble. You heated your bum.
So just imagine that now. Imagine the red ring of death. Now people would go crazy, right? They would just be like, "Oh my gosh, Xbox, it's dying, it sucks, blah blah blah, all this other stuff," right?
They did.
It did, yeah.
Well, but even more now. I mean, we have years of red ring.
So I have no problem if somebody wants to work on a platform and make it right and make it perfect. I can wait. Some people can't wait. I totally understand. And there's other platforms out there, but I'm invested. I got like 170 60 something games. I got a wonderful community that I play with. I'm invested, and so I'm here.
My view's always been like, if it's not for you, it's not for you. Fine.
Yep. Yeah. There you go.
There's the door over there. Well, see you later. I haven't really got a problem. But just don't mention that you're going through the door. Don't need to know. And don't come popping back in and having a go at me for still playing on the thing I like to play on. That's all I say.
I think it's largely frustration. I think the people that are
frustration. I get it with this thing.
But it isn't. It's not going to help if you're just beating other people up for your own frustration.
Right.
Exactly.
Set your expectations accordingly.
Yeah, and sadly, and there's this has to be leveled at them. They're not the greatest for communication.
No.
I think it's a brave new world for Google. I just think this isn't what they never had to worry about communities and stuff when they were setting up Gmail or selling adverts to companies. And this is new for this. They're learning as they go. They're feeling their way. Whereas if you're Nvidia or Amazon Luna or xCloud, you've been in this for some time. You know what it's like to have good and bad customer feedback and how you deal with those customers. This is all new stuff. I'm not making excuses. They've just killed my show off. I mean, imagine how I'd feel.
We'll just do a bi-weekly show. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, what does that mean? Does that mean fortnightly, Clive? You have to interpret
It's
for
twice
me.
a week to us, you know.
Bi-weekly, yeah.
Depends what your wife's like. You know?
I mean, you don't. It's like bicycle getting on once a month. Oh, hang on. Oh, dearests, lovely people. Anyway, listen, there was one other thing I was going to touch base on before we close shop. But it's one of the things that Clive will find out when he gets to be my age on Sunday is that you think something and then 3 seconds later it's gone.
Hell, I do that now.
That's genuinely awful. I can't even tell you, it's hideous. Clive, you got anything special lined up for your birthday weekend? Are you going to be doing any of those birthday streams that content creators do?
No, not really. But talking of PC nerds, my PC arrives tomorrow.
You haven't gone and bought yourself another new PC, have you? What was wrong with the old
traitor.
one?
You traitor.
Yeah, I have.
What have you bought?
So I bought, if those that watched, I did a live thing with my son where we went to PC Specialist and selected the parts and
the
all that
online
kind
place.
of stuff. And it arrives tomorrow. So I may well be doing a live unboxing on that. And then retiring this PC to my son's room, which he'll absolutely love.
So what have you bought?
I can't remember now.
What's it? Is it 3070 or 3080 or 3090?
It's an AMD Ryzen 7.
Right.
And I think it's RTX 2060 or something like that. Because I really need my content.
2060?
Yeah.
That's what you've got better than that already, haven't you?
No,
See,
no,
there
I
you
haven't.
go. See, that's the toxic.
I haven't.
Toxic.
But I need it for my content.
That's crap, that is, mate. 2060.
That's the crap we're talking about.
I don't use the PC for gaming. I use it for content creation.
Yeah, but so you haven't bought a gaming PC?
No, it's a gaming PC.
Oh, right.
It has a graphics card and all that kind of stuff. But that's why I got like 20 sort of 60 level, RTX 2060 level.
No,
because
it's a 3060 you've got. Look, Cloudbusters is absolutely convinced. And there are others saying the same thing. I think you've forgotten in an old man styly, mate. I think
I've focused on the CPU because I need it for my editing and stuff like that.
Well, it's cloud gaming. You could get away with a netbook, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. So but I only really game. That's the thing. That's why I like Stadia. When I'm downtime, I'm playing Stadia casually. Yeah, I'm playing it on my beautiful LG C1. So,
isn't it just a gorgeous box?
It's marvelous. So, and then when I only really play Stadia on my PC here when I'm streaming. And so what I really use this for is for all my other non-Stadia related videos and editing and bit filming and all that kind of stuff. So
I'm going to get myself, I don't know, they're going to bring out a C2 next year, Clive. I've got a C8 right now, but it does 120 hertz, but not via HDMI.
Okay.
So you can.
So the C1 about at least I think all 4 HDMI sockets
HDMI 2.1
does 120 a second.
So I want to get one, but I'm going to get a slightly smaller screen. I've got a 55. I'm going down to a 48 because I actually think the bigger it gets, the more woolly the pixels look.
Yeah.
So I'm going for smaller.
I'm limited by the size of my room. It would just look ridiculous.
What have you got? A 48?
If I went full Project Storm size, like 86 inch, whatever. It's basically a wall in England. You know.
I was trying to sell my wife on the GF.
You're trying to sell
your wife, mate. Don't sell your wife.
And I was trying.
You'll be cannelloni.
I was trying to explain her what a 3080, 28. 35. I was trying to explain, 3080, baby. It's like super fast. I mean, it's just, it can go. And then she said, so kind of like you being a 1060. So what anyway.
Exception made a really good point earlier. They did tell us that literally on the hour there is going to be a special blog post. We kind of ought to wait a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Really.
That like a reveal trailer or something at 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where it will be though. But we'll.
Well, that's the mystery now. You see,
it's a mystery.
Gotta find. Is it going to be on Discord where I can't find it? Is it going to be on Twitter? Is it going to be on Reddit where I have to wade through the moaners?
I think it's going to be on Twitter.
It'll be like, where's Wally?
Yeah, maybe it'll come in the mail. Yeah.
Where's Wally?
Telegram, right?
It'll be like Stadia going to start a whack-a-mole with their blog post.
Yeah.
Where is it going to show? Well, listen, I tell you what we haven't done. Two things. I remembered the thing that I'd forgotten, which isn't that important.
But I lied. Sorry. Newsflash. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's an AMD Ryzen 9.
9?
I didn't think I'd
9?
9.
See, what a difference.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
What a difference.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Account. I didn't realise I'd gone.
Yeah. Guys, pro games, quick. They may be announcing them. What do you think, Ray? What do you reckon's coming up?
Animal Royal.
Royal.
But that's free, isn't it? So will it be a pro game or maybe a season pass is free?
Yeah.
That's what I think like they did with Bomberman. Yeah.
It's not on Stadia, though, is it? So it could come to pro as a free-to-play.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not turn up in the...
I think that'd be a mistake, personally.
Yeah,
I agree. I agree, Clive. I don't think any of the free-to-play should be locked behind the pro. I totally agree. But nonetheless, Ray, mate, Animal Royale, you're entitled to it. If you want to make it your pro game, I'll stand by you on that. I'll praise you, but I'm not going to press the button.
Typing.
No!
Ninja says Grace is typing.
Grace is typing.
How would you know that?
Quick.
In Discord. She could well be.
Discord.
She could
Here
well
we go
be.
again.
Yeah.
A darn Discord.
Clive,
Discord's
what do you
at the
reckon,
front
mate?
as
What's your pro game of choice for November?
The news on Discord's at the bottom and not at the top.
Yeah, I haven't got it open.
Your latest blog posts go on the bottom and not at the top. I don't like it. Change it, Discord.
It's not rubbish. Don't be getting into
she
Discord,
is.
mate.
She's typing. She's typing indeed. It says.
There it is.
Google is typing.
There you are, you see.
April Fools.
I've no idea. I've not really had a sort of a major. I've not really thought about. There's nothing obvious. I know some people are saying the other Mafia games. I think more likely the other Mafia games will be to buy than pro, and that the Mafia 3 was like a seed game, as it were, like just to get you into the flow. So whilst it would be super cool if the whole trilogy was pro, I think it's more like the Hitman model.
Batman.
Oh, there it is. It's live. There's a blog post.
Oh,
Woo!
right.
We got a blog.
Refresh.
Oh,
Hurry.
And then, at the very moment that I switched to the Discord, it comes up in the blog post. Right, here we go, folks.
Batman.
No, see, it may not have been. 20 plus games now powered by Stadia platform features. So it's basically telling us about the store update. We're excited to celebrate the more than 20 games available on the Stadia store that have integrated Stadia platform features like State Share and other stuff. I lost my place. Where are we? Yes, there it is. Stream Connect, Crowd Play, and Crowd Choice. Powered by cloud gaming technology, developers have taken advantage of these features to change the way you play, share, and experience your favorite games on Stadia. Stadia's 4 platform features are accessible to all players, whether you're new Stadia user, want to try crowd play in free games like Super Bomberman R Online and Crater, or if you're a competitive player looking to dominate with your squad in the Division 2, where Clive and I first met using Stream Connect. With a combined total of 25 plus feature integrations across more than 20, there's no shortage of creativity, experimentation, and fun that you can have with Stadia. And now you can explore all of the games that support each feature with new Stadia store categories. Aaron, you called it first, my friend. Today, we're excited to reveal how Bethesda Game Studios has added State Share to the all-new Horde mode. He even called that.
I did, yes.
Aaron, you are a sage. as well as Crow Team. Who's Crow Team? Adding crowd play to Serious Sam 4. I spotted that one because I really like my Serious Sam. So now we've got it in Doom Eternal. Experience Doom Eternal's new arcade-style Horde mode. Oh, that'd be good, Clive. The old Horde mode.
I said it. I said that it was coming. I think somebody goes, nobody plays the multiplayer game on Doom. Stadia.
I like a bit of Horde.
Thanks, Cheerful Charlie. Thanks.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love a Horde.
Cheerful Charlie.
Yeah,
was that your mate Cheerful Charlie on Game Tech Planet, or whatever it was called?
Anybody who this is my rude way of saying anybody I think is a bit dour.
Love it.
Cheerful Charlie. Compete with your friends or the Doom community using State Share on Stadia to see who reigns supreme in Horde mode. Very carefully pronounced. Challenges are taken directly to the start of your Horde mode round.
I think if you mispronounce it, it would make a fun game.
Do you think I should just call it Horde mode?
No, don't. Because too late.
Okay. Equipped with the same loadout and weapons in a contest to see if they can beat your high score. I nearly lost it then. Think you have what it takes to beat the team at Bethesda at their own game? Well, they've captured this game state in Horde mode with a score of 6,950 on 6,950. Get out of here. Maybe Anthony could. He's good.
They cheats. They had a cheat mode.
Anthony could do that one. Horde
they are
mode.
the developers after all.
They are, yeah. And then you can share your attempt with us on Reddit, on the Reddit thread. So integration, communication, like it. Yeah. Nice. No complaints there.
Communication. Sorry, just one point on Grace's original blog post before this, that, you know, they said that they were going to spend more time interacting with the community.
Mm-hmm. Well, they have been as well. I think they have been doing that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, to be interesting. No, but interesting that it's becoming a, you know, because you've got to bear in mind, this is not Grace making it up. She goes along. She's been in a meeting with her team, her department, and everybody else, and they put down, okay, what's our strategy? And so the fact that they're potentially giving attention to that aspect of it is quite interesting. You know, and also, working with the community.
Yeah, if you look at that too, so that's Bethesda, now owned or a part of Xbox Game Studios, right?
Good shout.
They're still supporting their games on Stadia and adding new features to the game.
And that's a good point. It's not just a general update; it's a Stadia-specific update. Yep. Not only that, they're supporting it by doing a version of it and laying out the challenge. That's a very interesting point, John.
It's a very good point. And also, they listen to us, guys. They've gone on to explain what each of these features is, you see. So if you use this as your reference chart, so it actually tells you what each of those is, which is cool. We won't read it all out because it's actually fairly lengthy.
We all know what it is.
We know what it is. So that's really cool. That's really good. No, I think it's great. I think we're going to see more of this. I think that they are going back to roots, back to basics. They're seeing all the turmoil in the community. They know a lot of this is from what is it? A vacuum is always filled, not always with what you want it to be filled with. So they have to be a little bit more present, and that's good to see.
You touched on it earlier, like actually, and the more I think about it, the more wise your words appear. You know, these are Stadia's USPs.
Yes, they are.
And it's like, so if we go back to the football analogy and about buying a new striker, when you go, well, actually, we've got our own, you know, we've got this kid that's come through the youth academy, and he's amazing, and he's already delivering for the club. So it's a bit like that, saying we don't necessarily, we have our unique features that you can't get anywhere else. And this is the whole point. You take it for granted. So it's really good that they're actually, in a way, they're going, there's a reason you play on Stadia. And here's some unique aspects of it that you can't do anywhere else. It's quite interesting.
Clive, and the thing that you mentioned was Messi. Well, where did you think Messi started from?
Oh yeah, well he was at Barcelona.
Untidy? Was he untidy originally? Then he became Messi.
He grew into that club.
That reminds me of the Mr. Men story.
He grew into that club when he was a little boy. He went to there, and they made him. Yeah. So.
Yeah,
he became
this is a great post. I like how they
it's nice and detailed.
nice and detailed. It
Yeah.
gives you all the ins and outs of everything, and they're promoting those special, like you said, the USPs, those special features there.
Yeah.
And like Clive mentioned, is when you go back and look at things as a whole, you're like, holy crap! Look at all these features. Look at all these changes and offers and services and things like that are available.
Exactly, John. And this is the thing. If if all that can be leveled at you is, yes, but, a competitor over here can now do 120 frames per second. And you go, yeah, that's great. And if your thing is Call of Duty or Battlefront or Fortnite, and you need that kind of, then it's perfect for you. But if actually just enjoying gaming from a casual perspective with all these nice features where you can play with your family, play with your friends, share that moment and so on, not necessarily competing against your family or friends, because most of these features, apart from state share, aren't really competitive. If that's what you want, then Stadia has these features. They are unique to Stadia, and no other cloud platform has anything like this. The others purely take a game as it is, in its form that it's provided to it, and they pop it up on the cloud. But Stadia add value. They take it to another level. And this is it's too easy to forget this stuff.
Yeah.
And you can stream straight out of the browser with Stadia, which you can do with GeForce Now, but only if you've got the Shield. You can't do it from a browser, and you can't do it with Luna. You can do it if you're on the Xbox, of course, because you can stream to Twitch from an Xbox, and you can fire it up in Edge, and that's getting better every single week. And I'll be using that for streaming in the future. I'll be doing Stadia and GeForce Now and other stuff out of my Xbox because I can. But it isn't because I prefer it, or it's better, or it's worse. It's just appropriate for what I need it to do.
And if you think about it too, out of the different cloud gaming options, that Stadia is, again, its own platform, right? Whereas GeForce Now is PC, Luna is, again, PC games that are playing on it. So Stadia is its own platform with its own unique features, and that's what makes it stand out and different than the others. Not saying that that's better or worse than anything else. Whatever fits you the best, that's what play on all of them. Who cares, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. We all do.
But celebrate your difference. You celebrate your difference.
Vive la différence. Vive la différence.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even those among us that are steadfast Stadia, I can assure you that they've got PCs and consoles and probably subscribe to other platforms as well, because it's about the game at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's about where you get the experience you want, and there may not be the game that you want on Stadia, and it may well be that it's on GeForce or Luna, so that's fine. Subscribe and play. It's like horses for courses, as they say. But you're absolutely right, John. This is a great post. Chock full of detail and a superb reference point as well for anyone that wonders what all that stuff is that they've got in the store there. So it's all good. We don't know. I was going to raise this point. We don't know. They haven't told us here. They may say later in the week. It may be Thursday what the pro games are. Do you know, there's a little part of me, but that's another story. There's a bigger part of me that actually thinks, not knowing what they are till we wake up on the 1st of November.
Hey.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer that.
I do.
I think I do.
No
community wouldn't, but I think actually that's what they should do.
Yep. I reckon they should keep stum.
And there they are.
Imagine the excitement on Pro Games Day as you crack open the games. We could even do a Rokk Reveal, couldn't we? We could move it to that day. But the point is that all the noise and everyone going on Twitter and Facebook and Discord. Wow, look what they just dropped. This is amazing. Apart from at the moment, they tell you a week beforehand. Everyone's like, oh yeah, I'm not be bothered about that on the day. Yeah. I'm not want to play that. So maybe they should think about that. Maybe they are going to think about it.
Dragon Ball has been added to the store as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was announced last week by Bandai Namco, and then it's
and Ben 10 was Ben 10 there on there already.
Yes, that was last Thursday, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Yep.
But no, that's cool. And because Ray, you're a bit of a Dragon Ball Z fan, aren't you? That's your thing?
No, I like the. I played Dragon Ball Z, but I'm not like a fan.
Oh, okay. I thought that was.
I like the Japanese RPG games.
Yeah, well, and there are tons of those on Stadia, aren't there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's become quite a niche thing for Stadia if you're into that kind of stuff.
Again, it all gets back to when you break things down and you actually take a look at it as a whole, the features, the games, the AAA, what so many different people in the community have done, you realize you're like, holy crap, they do have these features. There are these games. There are these AAA games. Sure, it's not every single AAA game coming out day one that we all would love, but it's, again, put everything into perspective, set your expectations accordingly. Sure, you can want better, but it's going to take time. As people have said, it's going to be a slow burn. So eventually, at some point, we'll get there. That's right.
What is that?
Long-term strategy.
Sorry, Ray.
No,
Ray, what did you think he was standing on?
I know that.
What is he?
I keep question.
I keep thinking it says Dragon Ball Z carrot. And he's appropriately dressed.
I think Ray thought he was maybe standing on a sausage or something.
Oh, this thing.
There.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Ray's always got that keen eye on spotting those things.
Yes.
He does, doesn't he?
It's like something's vaguely Freudian about
Exactly.
I don't know. Raymundo. Yeah, and you've got smiling ultra mega roast. What would that be? What would that mean? Aged wild steak.
What? Well,
there you go. Some hot grilled fish.
These are like a lot of games now have food that like Monster Hunter and New World to boost up your energy, boost up your morale and everything.
Like a bait or something as well, maybe for the monsters.
So are those actually? Do you have to buy those? Like scroll down, Rokk.
Well, it says just says add-on.
Add-on.
It could just be free.
I think it is, John. It doesn't mention a price.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Get this in a bundle.
So $3.99. Boom.
For a load of stuff. I don't know why. I mean, I suppose they're saying you can get this, but it's part. Obviously, you have to go in and it tells you it's part of a bundle. I mean, they're not. I'm not a massive fan of these kinds of games, but it has a market, and it's always great to see any new stuff coming to Stadia. Yep. Peppa Pig.
That's right. Peppa.
It's supposed to be very good. Did I ever tell you my Peppa Pig story? By the way. Would you like to hear my Peppa Pig story? So Peppa Pig was written by a husband and wife that lived, I'm sure they don't anymore, but they lived about 40 minutes from where I live. But I know for an absolute fact they sold the rights for £150 million. So it's absolutely huge across the world right now, isn't it, Peppa Pig?
Yeah,
Massive. And it looks like a potato there, Ray, I think.
Well, so I was watching if you watch the trailer, I think it's them designing their character.
Yes.
Oh, what for the game?
Which is really hilarious.
Oh, wow.
The fact that you've got like a childlike drawing in terms of having to pick your character and then you learn to move. I think I got that sense from the trailer.
Somebody said the other day on Twitter,
your character.
I love Peppa Pig because you can finish it in 2 hours and get a refund. That's not nice. It's not for you. It's for kiddies. They want to go back and do the same stuff.
A bit of Stadia news. There's a new mode for Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Ooh, did that come out? When did it come out?
There's a trailer out for it now.
Okay.
Coming on the 2nd of November, including Stadia. Ooh. Stadia logo is on there for those.
Pop the link into the private chat, and I'll go to it.
I'll get the YouTube version for it.
It's Peppa Pig 60 frames.
60 frames, yeah. Exactly,
well, it looks like it to me. Yeah.
4K, 60 frames.
It's not 8K. No, it's got to be 8K.
Put that down with West of Loathing. 4K 60.
West of Loathing is appropriate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So I've got to be careful because I've got my audio on. Here we go.
Yeah, you've got to just check that I haven't sent you a different.
No, that's fine.
Look,
there's us.
Look at us.
Hey. It's a video all about us, folks.
There we are. You see.
Let's replay.
What comes
Here
up
we
in my
go.
recommends.
What are we doing? There's us again. We're live now. Wow.
Wow.
Look at
Cross
that.
promoting.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Trailer Operation Motherland. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Let's pop him out there. We go. Ghost Recon. Love it.
I love Ubisoft games.
Me too. Do you know what I discovered this week, Ray? In fact, yesterday, and I haven't put it down since. I didn't realise that in Watch Dogs Legion, there's a couple of new games. There's Bloodline, which is the Aiden from the original Watch Dogs. And it's a proper game. I mean, it uses London, but it's a whole bunch of missions and side missions and upgrades and stuff. And
I actually started that, never finished it. I got to jump back in.
Yeah. And there's
Watchdog, they've done a great, like, that game has come so far since launch. They've added so much content and stuff to it. It's amazing.
it's the way to keep you coming back to Ubisoft Plus.
I haven't even started it yet.
Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll like it. You should give it a go.
I know.
Yeah. That could be one of your Lord Kenzels.
Recognise the streets of the old man.
Yes. Do you know, you genuinely will as well.
Look
That's
at
quite.
that. Oh.
You know that bridge where they've got all the graffiti underneath it, Clive?
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called now. But yeah, it's like literally, I think Banksy was kind of
Where they skateboard.
yeah, and Banksy got them
South
to
Bank.
South Bank, right? But it's identical. You go underneath; it's even got the same graffiti.
Wow.
It's amazing. So this does look, Ray. What you've been watching this while I've been talking? What's coming up?
Well, I just saw some cars that looked like something from Mad Max. They had like shields and like it looks like you can add stuff like a convoy of. Oh wow! Look at those
5 gameplay mechanics.
soldiers.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of stuff. Then it's not. They're not
different
sneaking their
classes
battle
then.
royale in, are they?
No. I think it's a team-based thing, and you're playing the AI. But you choose classes by looks things.
This is good to see because they did they kind of did a load of stuff with Division 2, and then although they were bringing in lots of sort of crossover play and stuff with Breakpoint, they've not really added any new modes and stuff. So it's good to see. Oh, Invisible,
Of course, should feature Stream Connect.
Yes,
Yeah.
should definitely feature Stream Connect because it's already in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like going invisible. Oh, Ray, I did love in Bloodline, in Watch Dogs Legion, that your little robot, your little spider bot, can fly as well. You can flick a thing and it becomes a drone, so you can fly and crawl around the place. Because that's the thing I miss in the new, rather than Wildlands. I miss my drone that I could blow stuff up with in the newer version of Breakpoint. This looks good.
Oh my God! Look at all
Yeah, it does.
weapons. Look, weapons.
Yeah, and this is
it
live
a free
now, Clive.
update?
Did you say?
November the 2nd.
November 2nd.
Remember the second.
It'll be a free upgrade if you've got Ubisoft Plus. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
Is it just me, or do the graphics look a heck of a lot better? Or is it just that they've
Maybe the lighting on it
CGI
is-
and stuff?
Yeah, maybe just the lighting in it, but it always looked pretty
Oh
good.
my God! Look at the vehicles.
That guy looked like you, Ray.
I wish.
Yeah.
I love Ubisoft, man, because they are
Yeah.
so like the detail on the characters. Oh,
Yeah, I totally
wait.
agree. Yeah, we share them as our favorite studio, don't we? Ubisoft.
yep. Wow, one of my favorites.
Operation Motherland. I think there's kids out trick and treating. You're a bit early. Get out of here. I ain't got no sweets for you.
You're supposed to get off my lawn, right?
Yeah, get off my lawn.
My son's gonna be Colonel Sanders, and my wife wants me to go to KFC and ask him for a
I
bucket.
thought you
And
were
I'm
going to
like,
say
"There's
you were
no
going to
way
be a
in
leg of
hell."
chicken.
No, I said, honey, I'm not
Ray.
going to KFC and ask for a bucket. I'm not.
Colonel
Get him a
Sanders.
bucket.
Come
He's
on,
Colonel
stream that.
Sanders.
I want to
No.
see you go into KFC, stream
I
that
bet.
live, and ask them for a bucket.
Yeah.
No chicken. I don't want the chicken. I just
no
want the
chicken,
bucket.
Yeah.
I'm not. I told her no.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
That would be so funny. Colonel Sanders. Wow.
Oh my gosh, Ray, that's awesome.
I'm gonna
That's
take
so
a
funny.
picture. I'll put it on my Twitter page when my son's.
All
You
right.
should definitely
Please
dress
do.
up as a chicken though, and go around with him. Go around as a chicken with your son
my
as Colonel
gosh,
Sanders.
that's
That would
so
be the best thing ever. Yeah, do it
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Whatever, Vet.
You should almost certainly do that. Krampus says, "Get on, go and buy yourself a chicken costume. You should do this, Buckethead."
Ray, you could dress up as the lady from Popeye's Chicken, right? You go as
No,
competing
no.
chicken.
Oh, we don't have Popeye's chicken over here. What does the lady look like from Popeye's
Oh,
chicken?
Popeye's Chicken is so good. Yeah,
Is it?
that's right. It is. Yeah, better than KFC. Better than
Way
KFC.
You've heard it here first,
Way
folks.
better.
Yeah.
That's right.
Controversial.
Way better.
Was it covered in
Popeyes.
spinach or what then? I mean,
No.
what's
Spinach.
Well, Popeye.
Louisiana.
Okay.
Their
Yeah.
biscuits are more are like more buttery.
Yeah.
But you mean
Mouth
scones?
water,
They
yeah.
mean They mean scones, Clive. They don't mean
What
biscuits.
the hell you?
You
Yeah.
don't
No,
mean.
that's
Nah,
scones.
you don't. Nobody has.
No, he's
Nah.
scone.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got
Chicken
spicy
biscuit.
and mild chicken. They've got some
Oh, thank you, my
nice
friend.
sweet iced tea as well. Oh my gosh, it's heaven.
Actually,
Yeah,
Vet, thank you so much for that. That's so kind of you. We should definitely we should all dress up for a Halloween special, shouldn't we? I would dress up as Rokk, that fella from Internet. That would be me.
We should all dress up as Rokk.
Yes,
There you go.
that's Devram K from Destiny. Fella down on the EDZ. Apparently, that's the closest thing to me. Gentlemen, I'm all talked out, and Clive's flagging after his 2-hour Hyde Park corner session last night as well.
Yeah, you know, exactly.
There's only so much we can talk about. We fill the space.
We
We'll have a
fill it.
little talk about what we're
Yeah.
going to do because obviously we could still reveal stuff. Yeah, we
Go
don't
with
have
the
to be the
cadence, man.
twas. Yeah, we go with the cadence.
Go with the
Yeah,
cadence.
go with the
right.
cadence. Yeah. Let's have a quick run round. Let's have a quick run round and find out what we're all up to. Let's start with you, Ray, because you're up there in the corner.
10 p.m. Pacific time, 6 in the morning UK time. I will be streaming some Alien Isolations. I'm going to be
Ooh.
running from aliens.
Ooh,
So,
have you got to the alien yet? I've just got to the alien.
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Okay,
got to the
brute.
alien.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's a good game, isn't it? What are you playing it on?
I'm playing it on Luna. Luna.
Oh, it's
I'm
on Luna.
streaming that.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
quite new to Luna, isn't it? Just recently.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I remember. I mean, I think it came out like 6-7 years ago, but
It's quite
it
old.
looked beautiful. on
Yeah, it's a
cloud,
great
man.
game.
Looks
It's good fun.
great.
I enjoy playing it as well. I agree.
Yeah.
It's really good. We should look forward to that. Anything else you got coming up? I tell you what, before you answer that, actually,
No,
it just reminded me because we've all is it still on this weekend, John, or has it finished now?
Nope. This weekend.
One
This
more
is the
goes there.
fifth and final weekend.
Yep.
Carrying from the clouds.
Thank you.
And so far,
Yep.
collectively, everybody as a total, we've raised just a little over $4,000 US
Nice.
for charities around the world. Yeah. it's
Come on, ladies and
fantastic.
gentlemen, a massive round of
Yeah.
applause. Come on.
Well done.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Well
it's
done
so
to you, John,
awesome.
for sorting it all out. and
No. Well, but thank you for
scheduling it
everybody. I
and
mean,
getting it organised.
the community, the response, everybody donating their time to stream and raise the money. It's just fantastic. And I've already had people asking me, when are you going to do it again? When are you going to do it again?
Yeah.
So I'm
They're
thinking
just
maybe
greedy, mate, aren't they? Huh? What's wrong with these people?
I'm thinking maybe in the spring we could do it like a quarterly thing. That way, not to people's. We got to be mindful of people's wallets and,
Yeah.
and things like that. But maybe 2 or 3 times
Charity
a year, something like
fatigue.
that. Yeah.
And if they go to fullscarsgaming.com, which we've got up on the screen, they can find out who's going to be on
Yep.
this coming weekend and obviously
Yep.
get an update on where we are. And Ray, you're going to be this weekend, aren't you?
no, I already did.
Oh, you've done yours. I only
Yeah,
said
he
that
did
because I
it,
thought
yeah.
you said you were on the final week.
I had a goal of 100, and I actually did 260.
Wow.
Yeah.
change.
Wow.
Awesome.
And the Epilepsy Foundation reached out to me, and they were very thankful. They were very thankful to you, John, and all you cloud streamers that did the charity, man. They said just a wonderful,
well
beautiful,
done, my
caring
friend.
thing.
260 you
opportunities.
raised.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Well done.
Yeah.
Because Clive, you did it as well. I think you were last weekend, weren't you?
A couple of weekends ago
Was it?
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it for mental health awareness.
Absolutely stunning, John. Thank you so much for organising that.
Well,
You are a
Certainly.
gorgeous human being, and that is the link you need to go to, folks, if you want to go and find out more this coming weekend. So while you have the floor, John, do you want to tell us what else you're up to this coming week?
Sure, I've got some good old wholesome fun coming up here in about 30 minutes. I'm going to be streaming Ben 10 on Stadia for my friends at Outright Games. I love all their games.
Yeah.
You know?
Did they do Peppa Pig, or was that a different?
They did, and
Ah.
I'm going to be tomorrow. I'm going to do you mentioned it earlier
Yep.
that it's about 2 hours to beat. I'm going to do a complete playthrough stream from start to finish of Peppa Pig. My friend Peppa Pig.
Don't get it refunded, folks. Don't do that.
No.
It's a lovely
I'll be
game
doing
for the
that-
kiddies.
Yeah, I'll be doing that tomorrow, starting about 12:15 p.m. Eastern, and we'll go on from start to finish. It's Peppa Pig.
Do they have the
Right?
same? Do they have the same intro music in the States and Canada as we have over here? Peppa Pig. Do 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 do. Peppa Pig. Do you have that one? Not that I know.
No. And then
Oh,
of course
Daddy Pig.
Thursday, Riders Republic. So
Yes.
that'll
Oh, yes.
be,
That's the actual proper launch this coming
proper
Thursday.
launch. Yeah,
Not the trial
I'll be
period
streaming that
thing.
as well.
Yeah.
If there's a patch update for that, there's no flying. They've taken it out.
But you've got to go to Discord to get that patch first.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Well done. Well done, that man.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to watching Peppa Pig later. I enjoy a bit of Peppa
Yeah.
Pig. Thank you, John. And finally, Sir Clive, Lord Kensal. What have you got coming up this coming week?
I live the life of rock and roll. So the reminders just come up on my phone. I'm going to be switching on the fridge.
What you like the Christmas lights? You mean?
Yeah, yeah. I've got a brand new fridge freezer,
Oh,
and the guy said I had to leave it switched off for 4 hours to let the gas settle.
yeah,
And so apparently, according to my phone, because I'm organised like that,
yeah.
got to switch on the fridge. So that's what I'm going to be doing.
Is it 4K, 60 frames
Yeah,
per
it's
second?
4K, 60 frames per second
That's the
fridge.
kind of fridge we want.
Yeah, running water works. Yeah.
100-watt light bulbs,
Yeah,
nice
exactly.
and bright. Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah. See, that's the trouble. I've got a fridge, and the bulb is like where the food goes. So it's
it
dark.
heats it
I
up.
open it up and I can't see anything.
All right.
Well,
It's
hang on.
hidden by the food. Yeah.
Me little vegan Scotch eggs. I can't see them. Where are they? Terrible design. So is this? Are you streaming the
Kensal,
setting up of the
I'm
fridge
not
or
doing a
what?
live stream of the fridge. My friend
Yeah.
said we should do a video on the fridge. No,
Absolutely.
obviously there's a
Yeah, come on.
Unboxing.
I've got a list of stuff I need to be doing video-wise. But Lord Kensal's going to be streaming at 9 p.m. UK time later tonight. I don't know what he's doing. He's had a few problems with his pub when he streams PUBG, and getting sort of cut off.
Who has?
So
Lord Kensal?
Lord Kensal, yeah, it kind of spits off the internet, and then OBS goes down, and the stream goes down, and then it comes straight back on within seconds. But
That's
it's
odd.
just annoying. So I may well it may be related to online multiplayer games. So the problem might go away with the new PC. We'll see. So
Unboxing. Are you doing an unboxing of the new PC, Clive?
The unboxing of the PC will probably take place tomorrow. Depending
Live?
Live, depending what time it comes. So they'll let me know. But yeah, so I may do a sort of a campaign type game tonight, or Lord Kensal may well do one on his stream rather than a multiplayer game, just to see whether.
I'd like you to crack open Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah, that was thinking. I was inspired. Maybe
Yeah.
it's the first time a noob, like I did my Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
Noob does RDO Red Dead Redemption, so maybe I'll do Noob does Watch
Dogs. Yeah, do that. That'd be good. Of course, it's a 3-year anniversary for our Red Dog Watch Dig Red Dead. That's the fella, isn't it? Lots of stuff going on. I'm told. Ray, is this true, or did they lie to me?
Somebody put a link in the chat about a birthday celebration.
Yeah. I think there's all sorts of stuff going on.
Yeah.
There's cookouts and shooting indigenous
I'll
species.
check it out. I'll be streaming that Saturday night, so we'll see that. The blue
Awesome.
beanie
Well, the blue beanies.
Yes.
The blue beanies. Thank you, chaps. Well, for not that anybody really cares, but I will be doing housemates on Thursday with probably some of these very folk in this space here. Minus, sadly, my very good friend Lee. He's moved. I saw him disappearing in the back of a backpacked wagon earlier. With all of his furniture, but we wish him more than all the love in the world, and hopefully he's good and okay, and he will come back at some point, I'm sure of it. But in the meantime, we'll have Aaron on for the laughs, for the kicks. Ray's going to be in there, and a whole bunch of guests.
The undead call to arms is what they've.
The undead. Oh, so it's a zombie thing, is it?
Stadia Mom says. Red Dead Redemption's got online has added undead call to arms, which I gotta check that out.
That is so up your street, my friend. That is so up your street.
I love playing Red Dead on Stadia.
Yeah. And zombies. I mean, that's two of the things you love the most.
Go.
You love dead people, don't you?
Yeah.
Just saying. What else am I doing? What else are you doing, Rokk? Well, that's it. Until next Tuesday. And Rokk Reveal's coming back next Tuesday, folks. Don't mean taking none of this twas business. You can bet your bottom dollar. You come back here this time next week, and we'll be here talking stuff.
We'll reveal something.
We will reveal something of a non-physical nature. It'll be purely a verbal reveal. Thank you so much, fellas. Love you all. This has been a great show.
Love you guys. Yeah.
Chat, thank you so much as well. You're awesome. And thank you, everybody, for your donations as well. Gratefully received. We'll keep the wolves from the door for another week. So thank you so much. I think we got to go, don't you? Should we just say goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah, goodbye.
Ta-ta.
Goodbye. One more
little
time.
face. It's his little face when he doesn't know it's coming. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. Love you all. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.